Welcome to Local SEO Today. I'm Roger Murphy.
And I'm John Fong.
We want to welcome all of our listeners to the podcast. Today, we're talking about, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, about what it means. What's the difference between working in your business and working on your business? With one word difference, John, how huge a difference is that what we're talking about?
It's a huge magnitude of, growing, scaling, living a good lifestyle. Because I'll be honest, when I first started, and now I'm in my 8th year of business, the first 2 or 3 years, I was in the business where I was focused on taking care of every aspect of running a business. And as the years progressed and I started hiring a team, I started focusing on the bigger picture. And it allowed me to enjoy my life a lot more. But it was hard, right? To accept the fact that I no longer had control, but allowing a different skill set of mine, like a leadership role, to then focus on harvesting the best and getting the best out of the people so that they can do their job and task better so that you can focus on the bigger picture.
Exactly. And I think it's probably fair to say, starting a new business and running a business, you got to walk the walk. So you had to do that, John, in terms of taking yourself to the edge of burning out. But in terms of early days, and most businesses are not capitalized in such a way that they can hire staff to do all these different things. When you're running bootstrapping, as you've called it and we've called it before, in the early days, this is what you have to do. But you have to transform, you have to mature. And that's what you did in local SEO. And I've done other businesses where in the early days, yes, it's on you. But as time goes, then you start to hire specialists that are good at what they do, great at what they do. And it can take job off so you can then focus on the business.
Yeah. So when early days, and I'll be, giving you some examples, but first 2-3 years of my business at Local SEO Search, my background was always sales and marketing. So I enjoyed dealing with customers, going out there, building strong relationships, getting them to sign the deal, close the deal. My studies, so I did a university degree in business finance. So I was pretty strong with numbers. So I understood revenue, cost, profitability, and everything in between. So the biggest time for me was really just understanding the whole aspect of SEO, because I've never had any technical background. So for me to learn all that was very time constrained, where I was reading, I was learning a lot from blogs, audio, video, reading a ton of articles, learning all these small little nuances where if you were trained in computer science or engineer or understanding a little bit about digital marketing and the whole SEO landscape, it would be a lot easier. But my background has always been sales, relationship building, collecting money, and making sure that I delivered the service, right? So that was my biggest challenge at the beginning. I was learning. And that's why I hired some people in the back end to help me. And I made a lot of mistakes along the way. And I got better over the years. But at the beginning also, when I was in the business, I took care of all the books. I took care of collections. I took care of, updating the website. I was doing a lot of the blog content,
customer service,
everything. The SEO, everything to ensure that I knew what I was doing and talking about when I was selling the product and service I was selling, right? And then as I matured and as I understood what I enjoyed doing more of, I gravitated towards doing that and hired people that filled the gap. And I had margin, right, to play with. And as much as I don't make as much as I did when I first started, it's okay because I live a better lifestyle. And these are choices that you have to make as a business owner, where do you want to run yourself to work 16, 18-hour days, but you're in the business all day long, stressed, doing things that you may like or not like doing, but you're forced to do it because you don't have people to support you along this journey of yours, right? In your business. So, and I would say 2 years in, 3 years in, I started hiring more people to support me, not just on the back end, but also the front end, to allow me to look at more the bigger picture, the strategy behind it all.
Yep. The idea of working on your business. And it's true. You mentioned that word gap, and that's a very important thing that people need as business owners, entrepreneurs watching us today and listening to us. Know your gaps or uncover what your gaps are, because you can't do it all. And I know, and I came from a small business. My parents had a small business when I was growing up, a small restaurant and retail store. And I know that it is very easy as the owner to say, I'll do it myself. You cannot do it all yourself. You will burn out if you try and do it all yourself.
And there's a lot of people, once you start getting good at hiring a team or staff or people or software or apps or things to make it more efficient in your business, once you learn what, as a business owner, you're going to make mistakes like hiring the wrong people, training them wrong, holding them more accountable, putting more stress on yourself by trying to find someone perfectly molded to your business. It's hard, right? So when you start understanding that when you're in business and you're learning to delegate properly, to really ensure that it's the bigger picture that you're looking for, getting sure that there's value props and, hiring people based on personality, understanding their bigger picture, right? Do they ingrain the same habits, the same traits that you possess as a business? Do they have skill sets that you're lacking? Do they have, a lot of hard and soft skills that are things that you cannot practice and teach, right? But they possess based on their work experience prior. You'll learn as a leader how you can develop them, harvest them, train them, get them up to speed to the level that you think would be great for your business. And for you to know those gaps, you have to start reading. You have to start learning to be a better business person, be a better entrepreneur. And this is hard if you're doing it by yourself in your business. So, 3 years in the business, I started hiring more people to take on the sales role, to take on customer service, to take on social media engagement, to take on all these pillars within our SEO agency, from content managers to operation manager, HR, to, link builders, to SEO strategists. Everyone has tiers and levels. And for you to learn all that yourself and do it all, it's hard to run a business that can scale at whatever level you want and enjoy it so that you can enjoy doing things that you love, to live a lifestyle that you want to live.
I met a gentleman a number of years ago, John, that was had multiple music stores all over Southern Ontario, from sort of one end of Eastern GTA to Southwestern Ontario. And his secret was hiring great people, but what he did was he just turned all the store managers into business partners, gave them a piece of the action of the business, because what it meant was they were now invested. It allowed him to quality managers, partners at all these different locations. And he was able to sit back and look at the big picture as a mindset to look, how do we grow and scale this business further and further?
Exactly. So when you start looking in the bigger picture and you start looking at strategy and gaps and opportunities and competitive analysis and where you fit in the mode of the bigger picture and where you can grow, add more service offerings, look for better vendors, look for more efficient, productive software or tools or things that can improve, it allows you to get better and add more value to your customers and improve, because this is an evolution that we're living in as a business owner, right? From a solopreneur or working in your business to on your business takes a lot of different skill sets altogether. And it might not be for everyone as well. Like if you're in the business and you enjoy doing it, maybe it's best to just work under someone, or you're that independent sole contractor or one person solopreneur, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you plan on growing, or if you have other obligations like a family and you want to travel, enjoy a better lifestyle or whatever, contribute more in the community, doing things that you love, like maybe you want to evolve and get better in terms of leadership, grow in that sense. And that's okay too. It all depends on what you want as a business.
Yep. And success is, it does come down to, profit and loss, or, profit and sales, et cetera. But the idea of having taking 100% of a small business you run on your own, in it every day, doing everything, versus a bigger, staff or a bigger organization that you've hired great staff that can do things. You're getting, at the end of the day, smaller piece of let's call it the final, profit of the business, but it's so much larger than what you were able to do on your own. You leveraged the talents of your staff and good employees to grow the business beyond what you can do by yourself, going at it 18 hours a day by yourself.
And that's the difference between doing something you love, because people are loving that social interaction. They love that community. And if they can resonate with your business and they love working there, you're doing something right. If you're delegating properly, you become more of a leader, right? You're able to spot their gaps, evolve them to be better humans, not just at that skill set, right? Get them to have their own personal goals and endeavors, right? Help them evolve as humans. And it allows you to become a better human yourself, right? Because you're helping and assisting and giving value by growing a team, growing a good culture, having core values that resonates across not just your clients and your staff, but you as a person, is very fulfilling, right? And success is not just end game profitability. There's so many dimensions to success. And here at Local SEO Search, I've gone from being in the business, solopreneur, to now growing and having a fairly large team that I feel very proud to say they're a part of a family, a community of our own, right? And it's great feeling that people enjoy and want to wake up doing the same thing or being a part of this ride with you. So
that's great.
Yeah. And also I know we didn't really dive into like goal setting and stuff, but success and goals are very much in alignment. Like you need to ensure that your success, it could be your own goals, right? Like what do you define as success? Is it a lifestyle choice? Is it money? Is it freedom? Is it choice? Is it making an impact? There's so many other things that defines the success. And you just have to be willing to understand and acknowledge what success means to you, your business, your brand, and enjoy the entire process along the way, because it's fun. It's a journey. Take hold of it, hold yourself accountable, hold your team accountable, learn, evolve, make mistakes. This is an incredible luxury that you live. The freedom of running your business, making any evolution of changes, pivots along the way. But it is a long journey. So don't cut short on trying to do everything yourself. It's more fun to have a team.
Yep. Love it.
Awesome.
Well, I think that was great, John.
Yeah. If there's anything
Thank you for today.
There's
just in terms of it's all, again, working the idea of taking time to work on the business, and that I know we've mentioned this before. Some of it is maybe not even working on the business, but working on your own personal self and your personal growth, because truly success is going to come from your business, but also having a community, working in the community, and family. Those are the three pillars that make everything successful. Business by itself is not success, or success for the sake of that is not the big picture. living a lifestyle, and employing good people and having a family around you, and also giving back to your community, that rounds things out. And that's the mindset I think that you need to have as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot, Roger. That was great.
John, thank you for your time, and thank you for watching today and listening today. And we'll see you again at Local SEO today.
Thank you.